Hi, Miss Claudia. This is my review on Good Morning Vietnam, the Robin Williams movie. So I have two favorite Robin Williams films of all time. My two favorites are Good Morning Vietnam and Hook. I don't know which one I like better, but though. Anyway, and I just finished playing some of the new Avengers game, not the beta, the actual full game, and I love it. I'm so happy. Then I started getting OCD, negative, overwhelming OCD, because it reminded me of all the Avengers comics I was looking at when I was a kid, when I was little, very little, like baby age. So I had baby until 2002. I remember it was 2002 when I started struggling reading, Daddy. After going on Depakote, did you know that? Remember, I started reading less consistently. That's because I struggle more, and it got worse, way worse when I started living with Mom and Vinny, Daddy. Now you can put that on your in the book, okay? Yeah. Oh, you might want to know what book are we talking about? I'm just going. Well, you see, I'm making a book. Dad's my ghostwriter, and I working on the title while he's working on the book of all me telling the world all of my trauma and happy memories I went through in my life. I think it's going to take that. Her mouth's going, eyes are going to drop. I can see it now. It's funny. Okay, so anyway. So this guy that's a radio host and also class slash comedian is played by Robin Williams, and he goes to Vietnam as a to tell the news, but also to tell jokes and make people laugh, make people happy, make people feel good. And it's working. And he first time he gets on the radio, he yells, "Good morning, Vietnam," and just coming up with all these very clever jokes, and while also working the news into it, while making fun of the news, and he's bringing everyone together. And then this one asshole who reminds me of Pauly Shore, who reminds me of the Pauly Shore, the comedian, but that's not Pauly Shore, right? The guy who gives him a hard time, right? Huh? No, I don't think that's Pauly Shore. Anyway, who reminds me of Pauly Shore, who thinks that he's funny and thinks that no one else is funny other than him. So he gives Robin Williams shit, and Robin has to take that shit, and still goes by his own agenda. He says he'll listen to his feedback, and then but he doesn't really take him seriously because, well, he's fucking Robin Williams, bitch. He knows what funny is, and Pauly Shore knows what the opposite is funny is. So we're going to call him Pauly Shore Jr. because I can't remember his name. One day he falls in love. On his way to the news station, he falls in love with his girlfriend, saying wants to chase after her because she's so pretty. While he's giving a tour by Forrest Whitaker. Forrest Whitaker is absolutely lovable. Is absolutely fun. Is that also funny in this? Him and Robin have really good comedic timing together, and good good on screen chemistry. And then when he finally does hook up with the girl, with the help of this Indian friend who he best friends with, he says he knows that there's not a chance for them. He says to the girl he knows, look, he really knows there's not a chance for them ever being up together, but doesn't mean they can't have a good time. So he hangs out with her, even though there's not a chance that there's never a zero chance of them actually end up together. And he actually, the Indian guy that helps him, hooked up with the girl who was, I think he like that person like his sister or cousin, his sister. The Indian girl is Indian also, and that's her brother. and the guy who Robert Williams best friends with. And there's a twist at the end that we find out that the guy is actually a terrorist and blew up the shop that the bar that Robert Williams was in. And he just but for some reason he had the instinct to save Robert Williams and get him out of the bar, even though he was going to kill everyone else. Just because I guess because he shows how attached he is to Robin Williams' character. So he's a terrorist. He's a terrorist with that's not a heartless. He's a terrorist, but he's not a heartless terrorist. And he realizes that his friends and family are a lot important. And then when that thing blows up, he wants to tell the news in the serious version, and claims it, and but people don't. But superior officers don't want him to do it. That is, say you can't claim that is facts. Sure, I can. I was there, and they say that's not how it works. So they're giving him shit and a hard time. And this is after the past two times he decides the past two times he decides to say "Good Morning Vietnam" out loud and tell jokes for hours and hours. And each time when he tells a joke, you feel the first time he's not holding it back, but you feel like the second time he's holding back low because he doesn't want to he doesn't want his superior officers give him shit for no reason, just because he's talented. And then so this before we found out that the kid's a terrorist. That doesn't come out till the third act, but we're getting to the third act. So Robin actually decides he just can't take any more shit, so he just decides to quit on his dreams, quit on making people laugh. And Forrest Whitaker asks him how can he be so selfish. and the guy that asks him if he's not a guy that knows that Robin's not actually himself asks is he all right, and then Forrest Whitaker says no, he's not all right. He's a talented man that has a gift to share to the world. He's just being selfish and stubborn. So he gives him another. Forrest Whitaker gives him a ride, and they run into these people who literally served their country in the army in Vietnam. Dad, can you not knock off the pillow? Okay, sure. Nothing. Sorry, Dad, for calling Dad. So he runs into the people that serve in the army and serve in Vietnam, and the people, everyone is this says that they love his work, and they ask him to do a live broadcast in person before they go to risk their lives. And he shows Good Morning Vietnam and starts telling all these jokes not being on a radio, and he's actually enjoying himself. He doesn't look like he's dying inside anymore, and suffocating through people giving him shit. He just feels like happy and free that he's about to make the world, that he's able to make those people laugh, and everyone's like find him absolutely hysterical. So this is oh yeah, I cracked my back. So anyway, so he decides to go back and do his job and make people laugh while doing a news broadcast. But then he gets rejected, saying he's not allowed to come back. But then this guy that's Pauly Shore Jr. takes his place, and says that he's fired, that they don't want him back because he plays because Robin Williams plays by his own rules, and so not that he was saying anything bad, it's just that he would say things unique or in a funny way because, well, he's talented. So anyway, Pauly Shore Jr. takes Robin Williams' place with not only telling the news but also attempting to be funny, and everyone in the news station warns him, please don't do this, don't embarrass yourself. and Pauly Shore Jr. says, hey, fun, I know what funny is. Funny is what you make of it. Whatever that means. I'm thinking, that doesn't make any sense to me. But okay, funny is what you make of it. And him equals shit was funny. No one's laughing, everyone. And actually, because of him trying to be funny, everyone tunes out on the radio and not listening to him. They only listen to when Robin Williams was actually doing the show, but not when Pauly Shore Jr. is doing the show because he's not talented and this sucks. So Robin Williams is gets his job back. And says good morning Vietnam again. And says good morning. Says good morning Vietnam. And tells jokes while delivering the news. And and once again, even though he brought the channel alive again, his superior officers are pissed at him and want him fired. And what did Robin Williams say? He says he insults something about the grown. He says something about the grown man's vagina, or something about his vagina's not moist, probably, or something saying that to a superior officer who's a male, and this superior officer likes this general likes his work, but there's something that he can do about because the ball's in the Robin Williams superior officer's court. So they win, Robin Williams lose, and during all this chaos, Robin Williams finds out that his best friend, that the Indian guy is a terrorist. So he goes to try to talk to him and save him from doing this terrorist thing, because he's chances that he might die and lose his life. So Robin tries to stop him. And he finds him, and then he disappears after they have a heart-to-heart honest conversation. That's really kind of depressing, actually. That Robin wants to know, why did he betray him? If because he trusted him and he let him into his life, and he calls Robin Williams kind, the Americans. He sees the American Robin Williams kind as the true terrorist, and the terrorist that the Indians says he's just trying to survive and fight for the rights for the home. And after that hot talk, depressing conversation, their relationship comes to an end, and he disappears. He tries to find him again, but it runs to find where he went off to. Well, he actually that's before this hot talk conversation came. So he just like goes off does the radio show again, and does the radio show again, there's getting ready for the radio show again that he got fired from. The thing is, he's not going to do it in person for his last gig. He's going to do it as a recording. He recorded a record of the whole for his final and last broadcast, and what he says is not "Good morning Vietnam," but "Goodbye Vietnam." Breaking down the news of everything, and while cracking jokes on everything, while working his way into the news. And it ends on that kind of bittersweet note. That's also a bit of a triumphant note, because you see that Robin Williams' character didn't give up on his dream, even though his bittersweet note, his relationship with his best friend, Indian friend, did come to an end. So that's the bittersweet part of the note. That's how you do a bittersweet note. We get a triumphant ending at the same time. Suck it, The Dark Knight from 2008. That's how you do an ending if you wanted to do. You would try and do something like this, but this is how you do it. So suck it. Double suck it. So I give Good Morning Vietnam a 10 out of 10. One of Robin Williams' best movies and his best performance of his career. And I think this is my favorite Robin Williams movie, I decided. Next to Hook. Bye.